We will be watching 3 performances today. Our first performance is entitled The Little Girl and the Winter Whirlwind, and it is being put on by Grace, Addie, and Esther. A polite round of applause. Gentlemen.
Oh no, the wicked witch has stopped spring from coming. Someone needs to go to the Spring King and ask him for help.
I'll go.
You're too young, Athena. Plus you don't have a warm coat, no scarf, no hat or scarf, not even woolen mittens.
I'm not afraid. My feet are strong and I'm as fast as a mountain goat.
But you'll freeze up there with no shelter to hide you from the cold frost.
I will not. I have a warm little heart full of love for everyone. That'll save me from the frost.
Fine, you can go. You can take my winter boots and my woolen socks. Oh, and here's my coat. Scene 2. Who dares to Who dares to trespass on our property? Let's show her who we are. Let's bore her so hard until she forgets where she's heading to. What a strong girl.
I'm not just a girl. I have a name, and it's Athena.
No human has ever mastered us, let alone a fragile little girl. We cannot even defeat her. Might as well just go home.
Ugh, it's locked.
Hello? Who is it?
Hello, I'm Athena. I have terrible news.
Come in, child. Come in. What is it?
The wicked witch is trying to stop spring from coming. We need your help.
Oh no, not on my watch. Tell her that the Spring King would like to congratulate her on becoming the Queen of Winter.
You're not going to help us? I thought you were the king.
I am. That's just my plan of tricking her by coming to the castle.
Okie dokie, I'll go get her.
Thank you so much.
Winter Witch, the Spring King has requested your presence. He wants to congratulate you for becoming the Queen of Winter.
I knew it would come to this.
You can follow me to the castle. We have a big party waiting for you. Oh, Spring King, your Queen of Winter is here.
Perfect timing. The banquet is ready.
Where is my clown?
It's right over here.
You tricked me. How dare you? You'll regret this.
Yay, you tricked her. Spring is finally here. Hey, Spring King, do you want to come to my town and celebrate?
Sure, I'd love to, plus I don't have anything better to do.
Thanks, Athena. You're amazing. I'm so glad I met you. You're so brave. I could never do that.
Hey,
Everyone, let's have a celebrate spring and my friend Athena.
hey, I help too, you know.
Thank you, Spring King. We're all in your debt.
Oh, no need for that. You are my subjects and I am your king. Let there be spring for all and spring forever.
grades. That would be the Michael, Emma, and Sadie group. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Let's talk quickly about the little girl and the winter whirlwind. So 7th and 8th grade, you are quickly whipping this next thing into shape while I am talking to the audience. Thank you very much. All right, raise your hand if you could remember any of the characters' names from this particular play. Riley, what was one character's name?
Athena.
Athena. And how would you describe Athena? What did she do and how would you describe her? You got Izzy.
I would describe her as brave and daring.
Very brave, very daring. And what was she doing that was showing that she was brave and daring? Yes, Mr. Dean.
Trying to get spring to come.
Trying to get spring to come. Yes, there was a conflict, and the conflict was that spring had not yet arrived. Who did Athena go to get some help? What do you got, Mr. Joe?
The spring king.
She went to the spring king and said, will you please help me? And Athena at first thought that maybe he wasn't going to help, but he had a plan. What was the spring king's plan? Caleb?
To trick the winter witch?
Yes, to trick the winter witch, saying, I have a crown for you. I'm going to make you into the queen. To which the winter witch said, finally, it's about time. So she goes to the castle, but then the spring king tricks her and traps her. And that was how they defeated the winter witch. And good news, then spring king. Question, comment, concern, Landon.
Here's a question. Did you write these stories by yourself in a class?
Great question. So the first step in this project was they all had to look up fairy tales that they would be willing to tell. And some of them asked me, could we combine some fairy tales? And I said yes. So this one was not necessarily a combined one, nor is the next one. But the third one that we are going to see is a combination of a couple different fairy tales. So they had to read the fairy tale and then they had to write their own scripts. So we used English language arts by writing our own script. We used literature by reading the fairy tales. We used art by making the marionettes. And then you can see that they are manipulating the marionettes, which takes some physical dexterity, which is kind of a PE thing. Chase?
The spring king should be able to make spring, so that would mean that he would have to be captured first for like spring to not come at all.
Maybe you found a little plot, possibly. Any other comments or concerns?
And how does winter come if the spring king's always around?
My guess is that this winter witch spring king thing evolves from this changing of seasons. And why is it sometimes that it seems like winter is lingering longer than it should? Thinking back to what you guys know about the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and how the witch was making a perpetual winter. And then what we know about our Christian faith is that spring is an opportunity for regrowth and rebirth, which reminds us of Jesus coming out of the tomb. So these are all good thoughts, all very good connections.
Which, so, are you talking about, I know you are talking about one movie that I've seen.
A movie, the Narnia movie?
Yeah, no, you're talking about that.
Yeah, which was written by C.S. Lewis, who actually Grace is doing her research paper on. We're going to do research papers in 7th and 8th grade. Anna, question, comment, concern?
Me and my dad read Marionette book.
Very nice, that is very nice.
2 movies are no, there's 3 movies.
I think there are 7 books. Mrs. Barber, there's 7
3
books?
movies on Disney Plus, 7 books in this
Seven
series.
books total. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, here's what you need to know about the next play that we are about to see. The next play will be performed by Michael, Emma, and Sadie. Something that you'll notice different in this play is that there are 2 backdrops. So we'll have a scene 1 and a scene 2, so that's a little bit different. We will see 4 different marionettes, so that will be fun. And the name of the play is Rapunzel. So perhaps this is a familiar play to some of you.
Yes.
But don't think so much Tangled, think more the old school Rapunzel if you're familiar with the story. 7th and 8th grade, are we ready?
I believe so, yes.
All right. 3rd through 6th grade, polite round of applause for Rapunzel.
Scene 1.
I do long for some of that rampion from the witch's garden.
I shall give you the fruit, but if I get caught, I shall pay the consequence.
dare you to descend into my garden and steal my rampion like a thief? You shall suffer for it. Please, have mercy. I need it for my wife, else she would die. If you are telling the truth, I shall give you as much rampion as you want. But the child your wife will bring into the world will belong to me, and I shall treat her like my own. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Yes, Mother.
Rapunzel, my dear, I brought you food from my garden. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mother.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, please come down.
Okay. Who are you?
I am a prince.
Oh, my, Your Majesty. What are you doing here?
I am here for you. I heard your lovely voice, and I would like to take you as my wife.
Oh, I would love that. But you should get going. My mother will be home soon. Please, do come visit, though.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Okay, Mother. My, you are much heavier than the prince I've been meeting with.
Rapunzel, how dare you disobey me from staying away from society? I shall send you away to a place where your prince will never find you.
No, no, Mother.
Rapunzel, let down your hair. You are not Rapunzel. You will never see my daughter again. I have sent her away. Now I shall curse you. No! Oh, my eyes! La la la. I hear you, my love.
Prince,
I
is that
found
you?
you. Oh, my eyes. I can see you, my love.
Woohoo!
We shall live now and forever together.
It's a dead the whole time.
Pretty good, huh? Some big differences. Izzy, that's not all right, hey guys, the big difference that's happening in the Rapunzel, the actual story, is the witch curses the prince, and she blinds him, pokes out his eyes, he has no sight. And so then he's wandering around destitute, and Rapunzel's been kicked out of the castle, she's wandering around destitute, and they find each other, and she cries, she weeps for the loss of his eyes, and her tears actually heal him. And that is legit the real story of, well, that's the fairy tale Grimm's version of Rapunzel. What I would like to do at this time, I haven't asked Addie about this, but Addie, would you please come on out and bring a pina? When we were going through and kind of rehearsing, I noticed that Addie had a pretty good use of her marionette. So I'm going to have Addie bring out Athena, and we're going to show the 3rd through 8th graders how a marionette works and how you get to control it when you are the operator. So a marionette is a type of puppet. It's in the puppet family, but it's unique because it has strings. If you're familiar with Pinocchio, that is a show about a marionette. But Addie
Caleb,
can
down
manipulate Athena's
on your bottom,
arms.
please.
Go
Thank
ahead. By raising them up and down. She can make Athena sit on the ground. She can make Athena stand up. She can make Athena wave her hand. She can put both hands in the air. She can drop both hands. She can point to the windows. She can point to the door. Excellent. And you find that when marionettes talk to one another, it's good if they're kind of pointing towards each other. So Athena, why don't you go ahead and direct your attention towards Cortez, and then direct your attention towards Cassie. Good. Maybe wave your arm, Athena. And audience, you can wave your arm back.
Hi, Athena.
But that's essentially how a marionette works. And all of the 7th and 8th graders were in charge of making their own marionettes. The marionettes' bodies are made out of a detergent bottle. Their bones are made out of wrapped paper. And then some of them have hair and faces and costumes. But why don't you give Addie a round of applause?
Who made the king? Who made the summer king?
That was made by Grace.
That's really good.
That's a spring king.
Yeah,
Rapunzel was really good.
Goodbye.
You got her hair? Yes,
Wait,
it's her
you
mom's
ripped it
sister
off.
hair.
Oh, I watched
That was terrible.
Oh no!
All right, well, my last group is getting ready. I should let you know that every 7th and 8th grader was required to make one marionette, and only one marionette needed to be graded. However, some of these plays require more than one character. So you saw that earlier where there was a character on stage that wasn't necessarily a marionette, and that worked because it proved to be a character. This particular group did a really neat job of creating additional characters that aren't necessarily marionettes, but they do show who they are and what they do. And Jamira is the creator of those, and she did a fantastic job. So let me check with this group to make sure that they are ready. Are you guys ready?
So like the wife was non-marionette.
You guys are good? Okay, so this play is put on by Sydney, Jamira, and JJ, and the name of it is The Clever Red Riding Wolf and the Genie. So, polite round of applause.
Spare change? I can't deal with this anymore, Carl. You need a job. I am trying the best I can. You better be grateful for all the treasures they steal for you. How can we live together if we're criminals? You know what? This isn't gonna work. Get out of my life. Whatever. The kids are mine. I don't need you. I haven't seen my kids in months. I wonder how they're holding up.
Carl, caress my lamb.
And why would I do that?
You'll get 3 wishes.
Well, my first wish, I wish to be out of jail.
Wish granted.
Hey, you're looking like a snack.
Don't wait for me, you big bad wolf.
help you.
I wonder what that is. I better go check it out. I'm not strong enough to face this werewolf, but I wish this werewolf was gone.
Is that your wish?
No, I wish this werewolf would disappear.
Okay.
Thank you, mister.
Where are you heading off to anyways?
To my grandma's house. She isn't feeling the best right now.
Do you mind if I walk you there just to make sure you're safe?
I would be thankful for that. Thank you again, mister. Grandma, back with the bread and cheese.
All right, dear. By the way, we have a few visitors over. I see that you brought a visitor as well. Carl? Is that you? I haven't seen you in ages.
I see. I was in a bit of struggle as well. I made a mistake by leaving you guys.
Grandma! This time I got rid of that and saved my life.
Is that true, Carl?
Yes, it took a lot of confidence though.
I think we should get back together, Carl. I'll give you another chance to start over and be a better father.
I'll gladly take that chance. I'm sorry for what I previously put you through.
You're such a great family. You can stay here as long as you'd like.
Okay. I'm glad that we're a happy family again. We've got new members too. I'm a new man now and I'll make sure not to mess up this time.
And then we will all applause. Ready? Oh, we're listening in. 1, 2, 3.